Hey Scorpio, grab your coffee and settle in because what I am about to share with you today is genuinely something that caught me completely off guard when these cards came through. I was doing a reading this morning specifically for you Scorpios, and the energy that came through was so unexpected, so powerful that I honestly had to step away for a moment and come back to it because this is big, like really big. And I am not here to create drama or hype things up artificially. I am just genuinely excited to walk you through what the universe is showing me right now for your path forward. So let me start by saying this. The cards I pulled for you today are telling a story about transformation that you probably have not even imagined yet. This is not about small changes or minor adjustments. This is about your entire life trajectory shifting in ways that will leave you absolutely speechless. And the wild part is that it is coming from completely unexpected directions. You know how sometimes you think you have everything figured out and then life just throws you a curveball that changes everything? That is the energy here, but in the most incredible way possible. I pulled 10 cards for this reading, and each one of them is packed with such profound meaning that I want to take my time with each one because you deserve to really understand the depth of what is coming for you. These are not surface-level predictions. These are deep insights into the shifts that are about to reshape your reality. The first card that came through is the Hanged Man. And wow, Scorpio, this card is absolutely fascinating in your reading. You know what I love about the Hanged Man? It is not about being stuck or trapped like a lot of people think. It is about deliberately choosing to see things from a completely different perspective. And for you right now, this is telling me that you have been going through a period where everything you thought you knew is being turned upside down. But here's the thing that makes this so powerful for you. You are not fighting it anymore. You are actually embracing this shift in perspective, and that is where your real power is coming from right now. Think about it like this. When you are hanging upside down, the whole world looks different. Things that seemed important suddenly do not matter. Things you never noticed before become crystal clear. And that is exactly what is happening in your life right now. There is a situation, maybe multiple situations, where you have been seeing things one way for so long, and suddenly your perspective is completely shifting. Maybe it is about your career path, maybe it is about relationships, maybe it is about what you actually want from life. Whatever it is, you are in this incredible space of surrender where you are allowing yourself to see truth that you could not see before. The beautiful part about this card appearing first in your reading is that it is telling me you are in preparation mode right now. You are not meant to be taking massive action yet. You are meant to be in this space of observation, of gaining wisdom, of seeing things clearly. And I know that can be frustrating for you, Scorpio, because you are someone who likes to move with intensity and purpose. But trust me when I say this period of hanging back and observing is setting you up for something absolutely extraordinary. The clarity you are gaining right now is going to inform every decision you make moving forward. What I am seeing with this card specifically for you is that there is a sacrifice you have been making, whether consciously or unconsciously. Maybe you have been sacrificing your own needs for others. Maybe you have been sacrificing your authentic self to fit into expectations. Maybe you have been sacrificing your dreams because they seem too big or too unrealistic. But this period of suspension, this time of seeing things differently, is showing you that those sacrifices are no longer necessary. In fact, they are actually holding you back from the massive transformation that wants to come through for you. The energy of the Hanged Man is also deeply spiritual, and for you, Scorpio, this is connecting to your natural affinity for the mystical and the hidden. You are being shown things right now that other people cannot see. You are receiving downloads of information, sudden insights that seem to come from nowhere. Pay attention to those moments of clarity because they are guiding you towards something incredibly significant. This is a time where your intuition is absolutely on fire, and the more you trust it, the more you are going to be amazed by where it leads you. I also want to mention that the Hanged Man often represents a pause before a major breakthrough. So if you have been feeling like things are moving slowly, or like you are waiting for something to happen, this card is confirming that yes, you are in a waiting period, but it is not passive waiting. It is active preparation. Every day that you spend in this space of new perspective is preparing you for the moment when everything suddenly clicks into place and you can move forward with absolute certainty and power. The second card that came through is the Emperor and Scorpio. This is where things start to get really interesting, because we are moving from this energy of surrender and new perspective into an energy of absolute authority and control. The Emperor is all about structure, leadership, taking command of your life in a really powerful way. And what I am seeing here is that the insights you are gaining from the Hanged Man phase are going to give you the clarity and confidence to step into a leadership role that is going to completely change your trajectory. This card is telling me that you are about to claim your power in a way you never have before. There is something about your energy right now that is shifting from being someone who reacts to life to someone who creates their life with intention and authority. The Emperor does not ask for permission. The Emperor does not second guess. The Emperor knows what needs to be done and does it with confidence. And that is the energy that is building within you right now. What I find really fascinating about the Emperor showing up in your reading is that it often represents a father figure or a mentor, but it can also represent you stepping into that role for yourself. You are becoming your own authority figure. You are becoming the person who sets the rules for your own life. And for a Scorpio, this is incredibly powerful because you already have that natural intensity and determination, but now you are combining it with structure and strategy in a way that makes you absolutely unstoppable. I am seeing that this could manifest in your career in a really significant way. There might be an opportunity coming where you are going to be asked to take on more responsibility, to lead a project or a team, to make decisions that have real impact. Or maybe you are going to create your own structure, start your own venture, build something from the ground up with a clear vision and a solid plan. Whatever form it takes, you are moving into a position of greater authority and influence. But beyond the external manifestations, what I love about the Emperor in your reading is what it says about your internal state. You are developing an unshakable sense of self. You are building foundations in your life that cannot be easily toppled. You are creating boundaries that protect your energy and your vision. You are no longer willing to compromise on what matters most to you. And that kind of internal strength and clarity is going to radiate out into every area of your life. The Emperor is also about logic and strategy, which is a beautiful complement to your natural emotional depth and intuition as a Scorpio. You are learning how to balance your intense feelings with practical planning. You are learning how to take your visions and dreams and actually build them into reality with concrete steps and measurable progress. This is such a powerful combination because it means you are not just dreaming anymore. You are actually creating. One thing I want you to be aware of with the Emperor energy is the importance of staying flexible within your structure. The Emperor can sometimes become too rigid, too controlling, too unwilling to adapt. But I have a feeling that because you have the Hanged Man energy first, teaching you about different perspectives and surrender, you are going to be able to hold your authority while also remaining open to new information and different approaches. That is a really mature and powerful way to work with this energy. The third card is the Star, and oh my goodness, Scorpio. When I pulled this card, I literally felt my heart swell because this is such a beautiful, hopeful, healing card. The Star comes after the Tower in the traditional tarot sequence, which means it represents hope and renewal after chaos and destruction. And what this is telling me is that you have been through some really challenging times. Maybe recently, or maybe it has been a longer period of difficulty, but you are now entering a phase of genuine healing and renewed hope. The Star is about having faith in the future, even when you cannot see the full picture yet. It is about trusting that you are being guided toward something beautiful. It is about opening your heart again after it has been closed or protected. And for you right now, this card is saying that it is safe for you to hope again. It is safe for you to dream big again. It is safe for you to believe that amazing things are possible for you. What I love about the Star is that it is deeply connected to authenticity. The figure in the Star card is often depicted as naked, pouring water onto the land and into a pool, completely vulnerable and completely herself. And that is what this card is inviting you to do. To show up as your authentic self without all the armor and protection that you might have been wearing. To be vulnerable in a way that actually opens you up to receiving blessings and opportunities that could not reach you when you were all closed off. For Scorpio specifically, This is significant because you are someone who naturally guards yourself pretty intensely. You do not let just anyone see the real you. You have layers upon layers of protection because you feel things so deeply and you have probably been hurt before by being too open. But the star is saying that there is someone or something coming into your life that deserves to see the real you. And when you allow yourself to be seen, when you allow yourself to be vulnerable, that is when the real magic happens. I am also seeing with the star that you are becoming a source of inspiration for others. Your journey, your transformation, the way you are healing and growing, it is going to inspire people around you. You might not even realize the impact you are having, but people are watching you, and they are being inspired by your strength and your willingness to keep going, even after everything you have been through. You are becoming a guiding light for others who are going through their own dark nights of the soul. The star is also connected to wishes and dreams coming true, but not in a fairy tale way. It is about your genuine heartfelt desires starting to manifest because you have done the inner work to become ready for them. You have cleared out the old patterns and beliefs that were blocking you. You have healed the wounds that were keeping you stuck. And now you are in alignment with what you truly want, so it can actually come to you. I want you to really sit with the energy of the star because it is inviting you to connect with hope in a deeper way. Not blind optimism, but genuine trust that the universe is supporting you, that there is divine timing at work, that everything you have experienced has been preparing you for something extraordinary. This card is like a cosmic hug telling you that you are on the right path and beautiful things are ahead. The fourth card is the Chariot and Scorpio. This is where we kick things into high gear because the Chariot is all about momentum, victory, and moving forward with determination. After the hope and healing of the star, you are now being given the green light to actually go after what you want with full force. This is not a time for hesitation or doubt. This is a time for decisive action and unwavering focus. The Chariot represents victory through willpower and determination. It is about harnessing opposing forces and directing them toward a single goal. And what I am seeing for you is that you have different aspects of yourself or different areas of your life that might have felt contradictory or in conflict. And you are now learning how to bring all of those pieces together and use them as fuel to propel yourself forward. Your emotional depth, your intensity, your intuition, your strategic mind, all of it is coming together to create unstoppable momentum. What makes the Chariot so powerful in your reading is that it shows up after you have already done the internal work. You have shifted your perspective with the Hanged Man. You have claimed your authority with the Emperor. You have opened your heart with the Star. And now you are ready to take action from that aligned place. This is not reckless action. This is purposeful, directed, powerful movement toward your goals. I am seeing that you might be traveling or moving in the near future, either literally or metaphorically. The Chariot often indicates actual physical movement, like a trip or a relocation, but it can also represent rapid progress in your career or your personal development. You are going to cover a lot of ground in a relatively short period of time. Things that seemed like they would take years might happen in months. Doors that seemed locked are going to swing open. Opportunities that seemed out of reach are going to become available to you. The key with Chariot energy is maintaining your focus and not getting distracted by obstacles or setbacks. The Chariot driver has to control two sphinxes or horses pulling in different directions, which means you need to stay centered and focused on your destination, even when there are competing demands on your attention or energy. You have the strength and the skill to navigate this. You just need to trust yourself and keep your eyes on where you want to go. I also want to mention that the Chariot is associated with Cancer energy, which is interesting for you as a Scorpio because you are both water signs. This suggests that your emotions and intuition are going to be key drivers in your success right now. Do not try to suppress or ignore what you are feeling. Instead, use that emotional intelligence to guide your decisions and your actions. Your gut instincts are going to be spot on during this period. The fifth card that came through is Four of Pentacles. And okay, this one requires some careful attention because Four of Pentacles can sometimes indicate holding on too tightly to what you have, being overly protective of your resources, or having a scarcity mindset. But in the context of your reading with all these other powerful forward-moving cards, I am reading this a little differently for you. What I am seeing with Four of Pentacles is that you have built something valuable and you are being wise about protecting it. You have worked hard for what you have, whether that is financial security, emotional stability, a certain lifestyle, or a sense of self that you have cultivated. And there is nothing wrong with wanting to protect that. The question is whether you are protecting it in a healthy way or whether fear is causing you to grip so tightly that you are actually blocking the flow of abundance. Here is what I think the universe is showing you with this card. You are in a position right now where you have achieved a certain level of security and stability. You have things under control. You have resources at your disposal. And that is actually a really strong foundation from which to take your next steps. But the caution here is to make sure that you are not letting fear of loss prevent you from taking calculated risks or making necessary investments in your future. For you specifically, Scorpio, I think this card is highlighting your natural tendency to be protective of what is yours, whether that is your money, your time, your energy, or your heart. And while that protective instinct has served you well in many ways, there might be areas where you need to loosen your grip just a little bit. Not recklessly, but consciously. Where could you be more generous? Where could you take a chance on something that might have a big payoff? Where could you invest in yourself or your dreams even though there is some risk involved? I am also seeing that Four of Pentacles might be speaking to the need for financial planning and practical management of your resources as you move into this new phase. The Emperor energy we talked about earlier connects with this because it is about being smart and strategic with what you have. Make sure you have a solid financial foundation. Make sure you are being responsible with your resources, but do not let that responsibility turn into fear-based hoarding. The interesting thing about this card appearing in the middle of your reading is that it is almost like a checkpoint. It is asking you to assess where you are right now, what you have built, what you have achieved, and to acknowledge that before you move forward. Sometimes we are so focused on what we do not have yet or what we want next that we do not take time to appreciate what we have already created. So take a moment to really acknowledge how far you have come and what you have accomplished. At the same time, Four of Pentacles is reminding you that security comes from within, not from external circumstances. You can have all the money and resources in the world and still feel insecure if you have not cultivated that sense of inner stability. So, part of what this card is inviting you to do is to work on feeling secure and abundant from the inside out, so that you are not depending entirely on external factors to make you feel safe. The sixth card is Nine of Cups in Scorpio. This card made me actually smile when I pulled it because Nine of Cups is known as the wish fulfillment card. This is the card of emotional satisfaction, contentment, getting what you truly want. After the cautionary energy of Four of Pentacles, the universe is saying yes, your wishes are going to be granted. Your dreams are going to come true. You are going to experience genuine happiness and fulfillment. What I love about Nine of Cups is that it represents satisfaction that comes from being aligned with what you truly want, not what you think you should want or what others expect you to want. This is about your authentic desires being met. And for you, Scorpio, who feels everything so deeply and who has such specific ideas about what you need to be happy, this is incredibly significant. You are entering a period where life is going to deliver experiences and opportunities that genuinely satisfy your soul. The figure in the Nine of Cups is often depicted sitting contentedly with 9 cups arranged behind them, symbolizing that they have everything they need. And that is the energy coming through for you. A sense of having arrived, of being genuinely happy with where you are and what you have. This does not mean your journey is over, or that you will not continue to grow and evolve, but it means you are going to reach a point of real satisfaction and contentment. I am seeing that this could manifest in different areas of your life. In relationships, you might finally connect with someone who truly gets you and meets your emotional needs in the way you have been craving. In your career, you might achieve a goal that you have been working toward for a long time and feel that sense of accomplishment and pride. In your personal life, you might create the lifestyle and daily experience that brings you genuine joy. The Nine of Cups is also about celebrating and allowing yourself to feel good about what you have manifested. Sometimes as ambitious, driven people, we achieve something and immediately move on to the next goal without taking time to actually enjoy what we have created. But this card is inviting you to really bask in your success, to celebrate your wins, to let yourself feel the fullness of your contentment and happiness. For Scorpio specifically, Nine of Cups is beautiful because it shows emotional fulfillment, which is something you crave deeply. You are not satisfied with surface-level connections or shallow achievements. You want depth, meaning genuine emotional resonance. And that is exactly what this card is promising you. The things that are coming into your life are going to touch you at a soul level. I also want to mention that Nine of Cups suggests that your wishes are being granted because you have done the inner work to become ready for them. This is not about luck or random chance. This is about you having evolved to a point where you can actually receive and appreciate what you have been asking for. The universe has been listening to your desires, and now the timing is right for them to manifest. The seventh card is the Tower, and okay, Scorpio. I know that the Tower can seem scary when it shows up in a reading because it is associated with sudden upheaval and destruction. But I want you to hear me out on this because in the context of your reading, the Tower is actually incredibly positive. Yes, really. Let me explain why. The Tower represents the destruction of false structures, outdated beliefs, illusions, and anything that is not serving your highest good. And after all these cards about claiming your power, opening your heart, taking action, and manifesting your desires, the Tower is showing up to clear away anything that is still standing in the way of your complete transformation. This is the universe doing you a huge favor by removing obstacles that you might not even realize are there. Think about it this way. Sometimes we build our lives on foundations that are not actually solid. Maybe we base our identity on a job that is not fulfilling. Maybe we stay in relationships because we are afraid to be alone. Maybe we hold on to beliefs about ourselves and the world that are limiting us. The Tower comes in and says, nope, those false structures have to go because they are preventing you from stepping into your true power and your authentic life. For you specifically, I am seeing that the Tower is bringing a sudden revelation or realization that is going to completely change your perspective on something significant. This might be a truth that comes to light that you did not see before, or it might be a sudden clarity about what you need to do next. Whatever form it takes, this realization is going to be so powerful and so undeniable that you will not be able to go back to the way things were. And that is a good thing. The Tower often involves some level of shock or surprise. The change happens quickly and unexpectedly. But here is what I want you to understand. Even though the change might feel sudden, it is actually the result of pressure that has been building for a while. The Tower does not collapse randomly. It collapses because the foundation was not solid and the structure could not sustain itself anymore. So whatever changes are coming, they are actually necessary and ultimately freeing. I am also seeing that the Tower might involve the ending of something that you thought was permanent or stable. Maybe a job, maybe a relationship, maybe a living situation, maybe a belief about yourself or your life. And yes, endings can be painful and scary. But the Tower is clearing space for something so much better. It is making room for the new structures and experiences that are truly aligned with who you are becoming. The key with Tower energy is not to resist it. When that lightning strikes and the Tower starts to crumble, do not try to hold it together. Let it fall. Trust that what is meant to stay will stay and what needs to go will go. And trust that on the other side of this destruction is freedom, clarity, and the opportunity to rebuild in a way that truly reflects your authentic self and your deepest values. For a Scorpio, the Tower can actually be kind of exhilarating because you are someone who is not afraid of transformation. You understand that sometimes things need to be destroyed so that something better can be created. You are comfortable in the darkness and the unknown, so while others might be terrified of Tower energy, you can actually work with it quite effectively. The eighth card is Justice, and wow. Scorpio, after the upheaval of the Tower, Justice comes in to restore balance and ensure that everything unfolds fairly and according to cosmic law. Justice is about karma, truth, fairness, and the consequences of our actions, both good and bad. And in your reading, this card is confirming that the changes happening in your life are not random chaos. They are actually divine justice playing out. Justice tells me that you are going to see the results of your past actions in a really tangible way during this time period. If you have been working hard, making good choices, treating people fairly, operating with integrity, then justice brings rewards and recognition. If there have been areas where you compromised your values or acted from fear instead of truth, then justice brings lessons and corrections. But either way, this card is about balance being restored and truth prevailing. What I find really powerful about justice in your reading is that it often represents legal matters, contracts, official agreements, and I am seeing that there might be some significant paperwork or official decisions coming through for you. This could be a contract for a new job, a legal settlement, paperwork related to a property or a business, or some other official matter that has a big impact on your life. And the Justice card is confirming that these matters will be resolved fairly and in your favor if you have been operating from a place of integrity. Justice is also deeply connected to truth-telling and honest communication. For you, Scorpio, who values depth and authenticity, this is an invitation to make sure you are being completely honest with yourself and others about what you want, what you need, and what you are willing to accept in your life. No more playing small, no more hiding your truth to keep the peace, no more settling for less than you deserve. Justice demands honesty and integrity in all things. I am also seeing that justice might bring a situation full circle where you finally get resolution or closure on something that has been hanging over you. Maybe there is a situation from your past that has felt unresolved or unfair, and justice is bringing that karmic balance. Maybe someone who wronged you is finally going to face consequences. Maybe you are going to receive recognition or compensation that you were denied before. Whatever it is, there is a sense of the scales balancing and everything being set right. The beautiful thing about justice following the Tower in your reading is that it shows the upheaval and destruction was not random or cruel. It was actually necessary to restore balance and fairness in your life. Sometimes the universe has to shake things up to bring everything back into proper alignment, and that is exactly what is happening for you. Justice also speaks to making decisions from a place of clarity and objectivity rather than emotion. And this is interesting for you as a Scorpio because you feel things so intensely, but justice is inviting you to balance your emotional wisdom with logical clarity, to make choices that are fair to everyone involved, including yourself, to consider long-term consequences rather than just immediate gratification, to act from a place of integrity even when it is difficult. The 9th card is Two of Cups in Scorpio. This card brings such beautiful energy into your reading because Two of Cups is all about partnership, connection, mutual respect, and equal exchange in relationships. After all the transformation and upheaval and rebalancing, the universe is bringing someone into your life or deepening an existing connection in a really significant way. Two of Cups is often called the soulmate card because it represents that sense of meeting someone who truly sees you, understands you, and connects with you on multiple levels. This is not surface-level attraction or convenient companionship. This is genuine recognition and deep mutual respect. And for you, Scorpio, who craves that kind of profound connection, this is incredibly exciting. What I love about Two of Cups appearing at this point in your reading is that it comes after you have done all this inner work and transformation. You have shifted your perspective, claimed your authority, opened your heart, taken action, protected what is valuable, manifested your wishes, cleared away false structures, and restored balance. Now you are ready for a partnership that truly matches your evolved energy. This is not you settling or compromising. This is you meeting someone as an equal. This card could represent a romantic partnership that is either beginning or deepening significantly. If you are single, there is someone coming into your life who is going to be a true match for you. Someone who appreciates your intensity and depth rather than being intimidated by it. Someone who has done their own inner work and can meet you where you are. If you are already in a relationship, this card suggests a renewal of commitment and connection, possibly moving to a new level of intimacy and partnership. But Two of Cups can also represent business partnerships, creative collaborations, or deep friendships. The key is that this is a relationship built on mutual respect, equal give and take, and shared values. Both people benefit from the connection. Both people contribute. Both people feel seen and valued. And that balanced reciprocity is what makes this connection so special and so sustainable. I am seeing that this connection might come about through the changes and upheavals that the tower brought. Maybe you meet this person in a new environment or situation that you only ended up in because of a sudden change. Or maybe the destruction of old patterns and structures made space for this person to enter your life. Either way, there is a sense that the timing is divinely orchestrated. The Two of Cups also speaks to emotional availability and openness. For this connection to flourish, you need to bring your authentic self to the table. No games, no pretending to be someone you are not, no holding back out of fear. The star energy we talked about earlier connects here because you have to be willing to be vulnerable and let someone truly see you. And when you do that, you create the space for real intimacy and connection. For Scorpio specifically, Two of Cups is beautiful because it honors your need for deep emotional connection while also maintaining healthy boundaries and mutual respect. This is not about losing yourself in someone else or creating a codependent dynamic. This is about two whole, complete individuals choosing to share their journey and support each other while maintaining their own identity and autonomy. The 10th and final card is Knight of Cups in Scorpio. This is such a perfect card to end your reading on because Knight of Cups brings the energy of romantic gestures, emotional expression, following your heart, and pursuing your dreams with passion and idealism. After all the transformation and growth and new connections, you are being invited to move forward with an open heart and a willingness to be guided by your feelings and intuition. Knight of Cups is often seen as the romantic of the tarot, the one who shows up with flowers and poetry and grand gestures of love and devotion. And in your reading, this card suggests that you are either going to experience this kind of romantic energy from someone else, or you are going to embody it yourself. You are going to allow yourself to be idealistic and hopeful about love and connection in a way that maybe you have been afraid to be before. What I find really beautiful about Knight of Cups as your final card is that it shows you moving forward into the future, with your heart leading the way. After all the logic and strategy and practical considerations, the universe is reminding you that your feelings and your intuition are valuable guides, that it is okay to be romantic and idealistic, that it is okay to chase your dreams even if they seem unrealistic to others, that it is okay to lead with your heart. For you as a Scorpio, Knight of Cups represents a softening of your usual intensity. You are someone who feels everything deeply, but you often keep those feelings protected behind walls of privacy and control. Knight of Cups invites you to let those walls down a little bit, to express what you are feeling, to be demonstrative and open with your affection and your enthusiasm. This does not mean you become naive or lose your depth. It just means you allow yourself to be more expressive and vulnerable. I am also seeing that Knight of Cups might represent an actual person coming into your life or playing a significant role in this next chapter. This could be someone who embodies these qualities of being emotionally expressive, romantic, creative, intuitive. Someone who helps you connect with your own emotional depth and expressiveness. Someone who makes you feel safe enough to show your softer side. Knight of Cups is also connected to creative projects and artistic expression. This card suggests that you might be inspired to pursue some kind of creative endeavor that comes from your heart and your emotional truth. Maybe writing, art, music, or some other form of creative expression that allows you to channel your deep feelings into something beautiful. Do not dismiss this impulse if it arises. Your creativity is one of your superpowers as a Scorpio, and this is a time when it wants to flow. The message of Knight of Cups is to trust your heart. Follow your intuition and allow yourself to dream big and love deeply. You have done the work of transformation. You have claimed your power. You have cleared away what was not serving you, and now you get to enjoy the beautiful fruits of all that growth. You get to experience love and connection and creative expression in ways that feel authentic and fulfilling. One thing I want to mention about Knight of Cups energy is that it can sometimes be a bit impulsive or swept up in emotion without thinking through practical considerations. But because you have all those other cards in your reading about structure and strategy and balance, I think you are going to be able to work with this Knight of Cups energy in a really mature and grounded way. You can be romantic and idealistic while also being smart and discerning. You can follow your heart while also honoring your boundaries and your needs. So Scorpio, let me bring all of this together for you. What these 10 cards are showing me is a complete transformation of your life that is already underway. You have been shifting your perspective and seeing things in new ways. You are claiming your authority and building solid structures in your life. You are opening your heart to hope and healing. You are taking decisive action toward your goals. You are being wise about protecting what you have built, while also staying open to abundance. You are experiencing wish fulfillment and genuine satisfaction. You are clearing away false structures and outdated patterns. You are seeing justice and balance restored. You are connecting deeply with others in meaningful partnerships. And you are moving forward with your heart leading the way. This is not a small shift. This is a complete reorientation of your life toward what is authentic and true for you. And the news that will change your life out of nowhere? It is all of this coming together in ways you cannot fully anticipate yet. There are surprises coming, sudden opportunities, unexpected connections, revelations that change everything. And all of it is aligning to bring you to a place of greater power, authenticity, fulfillment, and joy. I hope this reading resonated with you and gave you some clarity about the incredible journey you are on right now. Trust the process, trust yourself, and know that the universe is absolutely supporting your transformation.